No matter what the medium, anything that goes viral shares these three principles. First, it has to be useful and incorporates your audience in some way. Then it needs to have an emotional impact. And finally, it needs to be packaged as a story for maximum shareability. Okay, so let's break it down. People are more likely to share things that will benefit them as well. So if you post something that's helpful, then others will share it around if it's going to make them feel more informed. This is one aspect of social currency. So help others fulfill themselves by providing helpful content filled with quotes, data, and statistics, which will increase the trustworthiness and authority of your content, and others will see that value and share it themselves. So to create content that helps your audience, you should analyze their sentiments and interests so you create content that's specific and useful to them. We can find this out by asking these questions. What are their demographics, and what makes them unique as an audience? What do they truly care about, and what hashtags and keywords do they use in their industry? Also, what topics are controversial to them? Our audience, for example, is composed of digital marketers, brands, and influencers. So if we bring up social media news, well, they're more likely to debate that. Lastly, what can your audience positively identify with? Then your content's more likely to be shared by others. After all, 73% of people share to nurture their relationships with others on social media. Next, can you make it emotional? Emotional triggers is one of the biggest reasons why your post is going to get shared. It can be anything that triggers someone to think about you regularly. Think of how Rebecca Black's music video Friday went viral. Every Friday, her lyrics were stuck in people's heads, and her video kept getting passed around. Now, she even continues to capitalize on this by posting her new music videos on Friday. I see what you did there, Rebecca. It's a nice play on nostalgia. The key is to focus on feelings over function, like creating high arousal emotions with your content. But even better is if you create content people can identify with. But how do we do that? We need to create audience personas, which will enable you to identify a few general groups that make up your audience. Then you can appeal to their emotions and create helpful but specific content. So let's put ourselves in their shoes for a bit. What are their pain points, and what are they seeking, really? Can you differentiate them from one another? And also, can you imagine any desired responses from any one of these personas? That's what you need to target. Next, does it leave an impact? You have to catch people's attention. Therefore, an emotional and captivating headline is essential for any blog or post that's going to go viral. So tease the benefits. Tell them what they'll gain or learn from seeing the content. Present the positive results. Show the impact of having seen the content. Also, include emotional keywords that's most likely going to attract your audience's attention. If you want more examples, click the link in the description below. Author Jonah Berger conducted a study on a dataset of 7,000 articles from the New York Times. He found that all the articles that are positive were most likely to be shared than the negative ones. So, you should share content that sparks emotional feelings that are positive in people's hearts. In fact, that's why 68% of people hit the share button, so they can show followers exactly what they're about. Now, we need to create a story with our content, but it has to have a practical call to action. But social media content is short and to the point, so we have to create stories that start with a problem and end with a resolution. For example, have you ever gotten writer's block? Well, stop doing these 3 things that keep you procrastinating. People scroll quickly through their social media feeds and are less likely to read a whole story, so just stick to the conventions of whatever platform you use. Next, we need to show how your audience can get involved. The best way to do this is to encourage debate and take a stance yourself. Create polls on Twitter and have your audience justify themselves in the comments. You can do the same thing on an Instagram story, but you should include the question sticker so they can justify themselves as well. You could also just simply ask questions and get their opinions. If you want to learn more ways to involve your audience, click the blog linked in the description below. If your content is valuable, emotional, and incorporates your audience, people's need to inform and relate with others will be fulfilled by sharing, especially if it leaves an impact on them. So there you have it. Now you know how to create content that is super shareable and has the ability to go viral. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching.